Get ready, LEGO fans, it is time for another 1% LEGO quiz. 10 questions, each getting progressively harder. The 90% question, 90% of LEGO fans should get right. The 80% question, only 80% of fans should get right. All the way through to the 1% question, which only 1% of LEGO fans will know the answer to. 90%. What are the little round bumps on the top of a LEGO brick called? What are these things called? They have many names, one is more common than the others. What are they called? Time's up, these are generally referred to as studs. 80%. In which year was the LEGO Group founded? Was it A, 1910, B, 1932, C, 1968, or D, 2001? Which year was the LEGO Group founded? Do you have an answer yet? Time's up. It was B, 1932. If you remember the 90 Years of Play celebration that happened a few years ago, that was in 2022, which was 90 years after 1932. 70%. Things are getting a little bit more niche now, a little bit more specialist knowledge is required. What does the word Lego mean in Danish? Just a hint, it doesn't have anything to do with legs. Are you ready? The answer, Lego, is a portmanteau of the words leg godt, which mean play well in Danish. Leg meaning play, godt meaning good. 60%. Now we're going to test your knowledge of Lego sets, which, according to Piece Count, is the largest Lego set of all time. That's which Lego set is the largest by piece count. Not necessarily by square footage, not necessarily by weight, but by piece count. Which is the largest? The answer is 31203 World Map. This set contains a whopping 11,695 pieces, although they are very, very small by and large, being just single stud bricks. If we were going by size, we would have a very different answer here, but by piece count, this is the largest that we have had up to this point. 50%. Well, we're halfway through now, and that means that approximately half of you are going to get this question right. So just as a reminder, these questions are getting slightly harder every time, and every time a few more people are going to drop out until we get down to the 1% of LEGO fans that know the hardest of hard questions. This halfway question is a picture question. Take a look at this image and try and figure out what's wrong with it. Something is not quite right. There is something that is more than meets the eye here with LEGO Soundwave. This is a tricky one because it tests not only your knowledge of LEGO, but also your knowledge specifically of LEGO Transformers. Have you figured it out yet? The answer is that this right here on Soundwave's chest is the Autobots symbol, where he should have the Decepticon symbol. Little bit of a sneaky one this if you're not up on your Transformers lore, but here they are in LEGO form, and this is absolutely definitely a Decepticon rather than an Autobot. 40%, and it's time to talk superheroes. Which of the following 4 superheroes debuted in LEGO minifigure form first? Was it A, Batman, B, Spider-Man, C, Captain America, or D, Superman? That's which of these 4 superheroes debuted in minifigure form first? Time's up. The answer, Spider-Man, who debuted all the way back in 2002 in minifigure form. 30% now, and it is time to test your knowledge of the history of the LEGO Ideas theme, in which fans can submit their own suggestions for LEGO sets. What was the LEGO Ideas theme originally called? This theme did have a different name before it was called LEGO Ideas. What was that name? It was LEGO Kusu. 20%, and things are getting very tricky now. The LEGO Group has been experimenting recently with doing funny coloured eyes on various different licensed minifigures, but can you tell which of these 4 minifigure eyes is the odd one out? Something here does not belong. One of these things is not like the other. Time's up. The answer is A. This one is the odd one out because these blue eyes belong to Frodo Baggins, whereas the rest of these eyes belong to Dark Rey, Ezra Bridger, and Emperor Palpatine. So they are all Star Wars eyes. As a Lord of the Rings character, Frodo is the odd one out. 10% question. Billund is the home of LEGO, and that is where you will find the very first original Legoland. But which year did the first Legoland open in Billund? Only 10% of LEGO fans are going to get this question right. Are you one of them? Which year did Legoland Billund first open? The answer is 1968. So then, according to our maths, we should have just 10% of LEGO fans still in the game. Just 1 in 10 of those who started this video having got all questions right up to this point. Are you one of them? If so, here is the 1% LEGO question, which only 1% of LEGO fans are going to know the answer to. This question tests your knowledge of one of the very last themes to release in the 20th century. In the year 1999, LEGO Star Wars first hit store shelves. How many LEGO Star Wars sets released in the year 1999, its debut year? That's how many LEGO Star Wars sets released in the year 1999. Do you know the answer? Can you think of every single LEGO set that released all the way back in 1999 for the LEGO Star Wars theme? Just for clarity, we are counting original trilogy and prequel trilogy in this count. How many LEGO Star Wars sets were there in 1999? We're not going to tell you the answer right now. Instead, if you are using the Brick Search app, you can scroll down and read the answer. Otherwise, if you're watching on TikTok or YouTube, you can head into the comments and debate with fellow LEGO Star Wars fans. Regardless of how well you performed in this quiz, very well done for trying your absolute best, and thank you for joining us for another 1% LEGO quiz.